This is Tech Tuesday, and I'm Mad Dan. This year's summer reading program's theme is Imagine Your Story. We're focusing on fairy tales. In fairy tales, a lot of times the main character is tasked with doing something impossible, such as spinning straw into gold. Our youth librarian, Brandy, has tasked me with emptying a cup by filling it. Doesn't seem like it's possible, but through a couple properties of air and water, I will show you how it can be done. So, we're looking at the properties of air and water, namely pressure and attraction. If you take a die, you have one die. Add another one, and you still have two completely separate dice. There's nothing keeping them together, there's nothing that makes them anything more than two things. Water, on the other hand, if you take a drop of water and you add another drop of water, once they combine, it's very hard to get the two drops of water back. Another way that we can look at that is by taking this string and two cups and very carefully, you'll make a little bit of a mess, but you can empty the one cup all the way down the cape. So, by using the attraction of water, you are able to fill a cup using a string, but that's not quite what we're looking at. So now let's focus on pressure. So now we're going to look at pressure. The air all around us is constantly pushing on us. We just don't feel that pressure because it's so constant. If you run in the wind or if you see a dust storm, you can see the air and you can feel the pressure that way, but normally you can't. So we're going to take this little straw. The straw is filled with air right now because it's hollow, it's empty on both ends. If you put the straw in the water, there's water in the straw on the bottom, air on the top. Pull it out, it's all air again. However, if you stop the air from going back into the top, all of a sudden the water stays in the straw. There's air up here, water, and then the air presses it back up and doesn't let it escape. Take your finger off the top, the air pushes the water back out, gravity helps, and you have an empty straw again. Another way we can look at this is take this little paper boat. Put a paper boat in the water, let him float around, have a good old time. The air in this cup, turn the cup over, make a seal on the water. So there's air in the cup, water in the bin. We can turn this sailboat into a submarine by pushing the cup down. The boat looks like it's submerged in the water, but when we lift the cup straight up again and break the seal of the water, the paper boat is still dry. So, the air pressure, the water attraction, all of these things will combine into letting us finally empty a cup by filling it. So, now we're going to combine all these things together and empty a cup by filling it. So here's our original cup, and here is our modified cup. We've cheated a little bit. Just like Rumpelstiltskin cheated by turning the straw into gold, we've decided to take a few liberties as well. But here's our water. We put a little bit in the cup. Nothing happens. We put a little more in the cup. Still nothing. And finally, when we fill the cup, it will empty itself. This works by using that pressure and attraction we were talking about earlier. When the water goes into the cup, it goes into the cup and into the small end of the straw. Once the water goes over the hill of the straw, gravity grabs it, pulls it into the jar below it. Then the water wants to stay together, and the air above it is constantly pushing down on it, so even once the water seems to be going uphill into the straw, it will empty out completely until there's no more water for it left to pull. So, I hope that you've enjoyed this. Thank you for joining us for Tech Tuesday. I've been Mad Dan, and I will see you next time.